So, students, let's start our last topic of this chapter. How can we study the modern period? In this, we will discuss about the various types of the sources which used for finding out the different facts about the modern history. Sources of history has its own importance. We have read in our 6th class and 7th class about the ancient and medieval period, and we have found that the sources of for the study of the history in ancient time as well, in ancient time it was very less. In medieval period there were more sources, and now in modern period they are very much advanced. Actually, the scientific methods were available in today's world, and uh, these were used to keep the record, preserve the records properly. That's why we have more sources of study for the modern period. These are actually formed in abundance form as well as they are well preserved. You know, in our India, in Delhi, we have the National Archive where we have the different facts, texted texts as well as different books, literary, archaeological sources, all the type of sources for the study of history of ancient, medieval as well as the modern period. So the National Archive of India is located in Delhi. Now we are going to discuss about the sources for studying the modern period of Indian history. To understand this, we will take the help of flowchart. So here you can see sources for study of modern history. We can categorize it into two forms. That is primary sources and secondary sources. Now what are the primary and secondary sources for study of modern history? Primary sources are those sources which are created by the people who were witness or a participant in a particular event which were held at that time. It means the people are the witness and they have written some text or they have written information about the building, about the monument, about a particular event. So that are called as primary sources. Now primary sources again categorized in the different form, or we can say that the primary sources have the different example. The first is archaeological sources. So archaeological sources, here we can say the uh, coins which were issued during that time. So it has the information about the years, uh, the ruler who has uh, issued this coin. So that particular period, which of the coins were issued by whom, that gives the information about economical life of that period. Then buildings and monuments, it gives information about the architecture style of the modern period. If we go through that, we'll find that there are so many buildings which were built during the modern period by the Britishers. And for example, Parliament House, President House, then this Rajpath Marg, Rashtrapati Bhavan. These all were the building. Renaissance Hills is also one of the example. These are the buildings which were built by the uh, British government. In the same manner, many of the monuments were also there which were built. For example, we can say Gateway of India was there, one of that. Then Victor, uh, Victoria Memorial in Calcutta. that was also built during that time. So these are the buildings. We find that they have a very much influence of the British architecture. The Delhi, which is call that New Delhi. This New Delhi was actually designed by the two British architecture bakers and one of the Lutons. So initially, the New Delhi was called as Luton Delhi till the time period when the Britishers ruled there. After that, it was converted into the New Delhi, and which we have today as our capital of India. Now, let's discuss about the another document. So, the another source is documents. Actually, Britishers were very much particular about to maintain the meticulous record. Whatever the discussion was there, or whatever conversation between the two administrative officers, whatever the reports were there which need to submit by one officer to another officer, or by one department to another department, even if resignation was there, or suspension letter was there, that was also keep very proper manner in a uh, well record maintain. They used to maintain a well record in the file form, and that's why we have a very systematic sources, or we can say systematic record for finding out that which of the event held first and what was the consequences through this very easily about the modern period. So if we talk about monuments, sorry, if we talk about documents, so we find that the letters which are handwritten by the people during that time, they may be the court people, they may be the officials, they may be the governor. So their diaries, letters which were written by personally to these people, it is available. The another ones, that is photographs and mapping. Now for uh, at that time, as we have discussed before, that the inventions took place, and till that time the camera was also available. So many of the photographs of that period when the Britishers came, at that time this was there. The next is mapping. Mapping was actually very much helpful for the Britishers to make their policies regarding to the revenue policies, or we can say regarding to the economical policies, whatever they make the new things in the India for the installation of the new factories and industries like that. So they were very much particular about surveys and all that. Actually, survey was started by the Britishers only in our India. Like we have uh, in India census after every 10 years. So that system was brought by the Britishers. Otherwise, previously this was not held in systematic manner in India. So they used to do the survey, and for that they used to make the maps and all that, how much territories are there in which of the states and provinces, so that according to that they will make the policies and other thing. So here the mapping is there. Another, newspapers. Till that time the printing machines were also available to uh, convey, or to find out that what's going on in another world. The newspaper was one of the most important mean of communication. So many newspapers are available, pamphlets were available, videotapes as well as the films were available. These films were many of the documentary films were also there, which through which we can come to know that what was a political life of the modern period, or the political uh, scenario in the modern period during the British period. Then many of the printed books were there, in which autobiography was there. Many of the books, novels, plays which were written during that time which were living in the particular period, in the modern period, which is written by the first man. So these are all called as a primary sources of history. So now the another category, that is secondary sources. What is the meaning of secondary sources of study for the modern period? So secondary sources are actually created by study the primary sources. They are actually based on the primary sources. It means that the people, those who were not there in the particular period when the events were held, but they have something written by those people, those who were present in the that particular period of time when the event held. So by taking their newspapers, or by taking the letters, diaries, autobiography, and then they have written more about that are included secondary sources, that are called as secondary sources, which are created by studying the primary sources. First they have studied about the primary source, and then they have made their own ideas and make their own books on that, or report or something. So here we can say that secondary sources are included reports, reviews, articles, that print books which are based on the primary sources. Now many of the books were there which was written by the Britishers scholar also. Here some of the Indologists were there, like James Mill, Max Muller, Vincent Smith. They have uh, read first, go through the Indian text, Vedas, Upanishad, and all that, and then they have written about India. What was the change in the Indian people life? How was their life in the ancient time, and how they were how their change in the medieval, and then they changed according to the modern period. So many books were written during that time by these people also. As we have discussed in our first lecture, that nationalism was the main feature, one of the main feature of the modern period. So during the British period, when the Britishers started their bad policies, which were not actually in the favor of the people, very high taxes were imposed, and they exploited the Indian resources. People somewhere started to hatred to the British government, and during that time, the nationalism was rose among the people. So during that time, many of the Indian writers were there who has written poetry, plays, and dramas, as well as the novel regarding to the nationalism. These were actually used, or we can say used as a weapon for the people to make aware about their country, and to create a nationalism, patriotism feeling in their mind. That was very much helpful later to aware the people about nationalism, and they started to struggle for the nationalism, for the Indian independence against the British government. So I hope you understand this topic, our last topic of the chapter, that is sources for study of modern history. Now we will have worksheet with the question answers, and you have to maintain the copy in a proper manner. Proper lines need to be drawn, chapter name, then chapter definitions, then question answers, brief answers, detailed answer, and after that worksheet need to be solved.